Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is the reaction video to the 5 each draw away with Hibs today. What a game, that's all I can say about that. What a game, and at the same time, thank fuck that's the season over. It's been a horrendous season for obvious reasons, and I think today summed it up perfectly. You've seen the best of our team and you've seen the worst of our team today as well. I don't know how to take that game, to be honest, because when you think we were 3-0 down, absolutely ridiculous, and then we came back to being 5-3, then we lost the fourth goal, and then we lost the fifth goal right at the death there. Again, as I said, you've seen the best and the worst theirs today. First half, I would say the first 5 minutes, we seemed a bit up for it, and then we just completely died. We done our usual thing, it seems to be. We start off kind of positively, and then we just, we lacked shape, we just disintegrated basically, and Hibs got 3 goals within 21 minutes, all basic mistakes. First one obviously was the penalty, and you could argue that it was soft, but at the same time you can't put your hands on a player in the box, and that's what David Bates has done. No matter how soft it seems, you give the referee that decision to make, then 9 times out of 10 he's going to give the penalty for that. And it was a good penalty, mind you, but that's by the by. And then we went 2-0 down on the 19th minute. Just defence ripped apart. There's no really any excuse for it. And third goal again, it was on the 21st minute. It was a simple cross from the left. The attacker got in between the defence and a simple header into the back of the net. Just again, the defence nowhere to be seen. Allowed their men, allowed their attackers to get in between them, and just poor marking, poor defence all round. It was absolutely shoddy. And then something seemed to click with the team. I don't know if it's Hibs decided, well, that's the game over, we're 3-0 up now, or we actually started to play, and I think we got our 3 goals, not with the run of play, I don't think, because I don't think that we were in the ascendancy for any of them, to be honest. But we pulled a goal back on the 24th minute. It was a quick break down the right hand side by Tavernier, drifts into the middle, passes to the right to Holt, who passed back to Tavernier in the box, who shot the ball into the back of the net. And then we got another quick goal. I think it was only about 90 seconds after the restart, and we went 3-2. It was a lovely all-round move with good passing. Finds Rossiter in the box, who coolly slots a home in at the back of the net, and he played fairly well. And he was acting, he was acting like a captain today in the midfield, and he was certainly doing the business until he had to go off injured, which is typical for him. It was clear that we needed shoring up in the defence, and just after the second goal went in, Goss came off and Alves came on, and Goss, I think he threw a wee paddy, didn't he? So, I think that's maybe been one of the issues with our team. There's been too many individuals in our team this year and not enough team spirit, and it goes to show with quite a few players taking wee strops when they're coming off, coming off this season. Shortly before that, Jordan Rossiter did have quite a bad challenge on one of the Hibs players, and he duly got booked for it, so right, fair enough. And then right after that, Scott Allen had done a ridiculous challenge, an absolute shocking challenge back on Rossiter in retaliation, like about a minute later after the game kicked off again. Even the commentators were saying that was a clear red card. There was a scissor kick to him, and once again, referees not doing their job properly. However, that didn't stop us. We got our goal back. We drew level on the 39th minute with Alves from a free kick from about 30 yards. Lifted it right over the wall into the bottom left-hand corner. Fantastic goal. He scored, I think, one free kick like that early on this season, and he's always threatened to do it again, but it's always been into the wall. But this time he duly delivered with a fantastic free kick into half time, and obviously we were a bit buoyant. We were probably the more buoyant team. I don't know many teams that can throw away a 3-goal lead like that and come back out fighting. Certainly we got our 4th goal, and we went 4-3 up with Jason Holt in the 54th minute. It was a lovely quick move to Cummins on the right, took it inside, cut it back, passed to Murphy, who played it wide back to Holt again, and he was waiting unmarked in the box with a first time shot into the back of the net. Cummins came off shortly after, Windass came on, and we went 5-3 up on the 67th minute with Jason Holt again. Bad clearance from the Hibs defender. Holt was out wide, he'd taken a long shot from about 25 yards. Hits off Windass and deflects off into the back of the net. A bit of fortune there, but we'll take it. We're certainly due a bit of fortune in some games. And then we thought the game was out of sight, but then Hibs managed to get a goal back again on this, just 2 minutes later from a more piece of shocking defending. Once again, made it 5-4. Jason Holt, he managed to get himself booked. I think it was early on in the first half. I would say wrongly, because it had been going on all game, and you know, he got booked for holding up play, which every player does. And the Hibs player tried to take a quick free kick, and Holt kind of stood in the way. But it's not as if he'd done it deliberately, but he was just in that position. So again, shocking refereeing. However, we can't have any argument about his second yellow card. Just a piece of stupidity from Holt in the Hibs half, drags the Hibs player back, and Julie gets a yellow card for an absolute piece of stupidity from players who should know better. And I think ultimately that could have cost us the game, because a few players were looking a bit knackered, a few players were looking injured. Going down to 10 men wasn't helping the situation. And then Hibs got their equalising goal on the 93rd minute. And again, it was just absolute shocking defending. Tavernier, how many times does he get skinned when he's coming playing in defence? He's not a defender, you know. He's great going forward, but his defensive play is severely lacking, and he just got absolutely skinned from Barker. Fair enough, Barker did come on as a sub, you know, fairly late on to the game, so fresher legs. But you know, Tavernier's an experienced player, and he should know better, and he just got caught wrong-footed. Barker skinned him. Doesn't excuse Tavernier's play, doesn't excuse the defence, because Barker played a very simple ball on the deck, passed about 3 players, and it was a simple tap in. Just absolutely abysmal defending from us once again. And I think it was the story of the game. It was which defence is the worst, you know, because you know you don't have a 5 each game when you've got a good defence, do you? So, but. Once again, Neil Lennon making an absolute arse of himself, running onto the pitch, acting like he just won the Champions League, the way he's celebrating, and he's really got sent off. Obviously, he was in the media over the last few days for not turning up for training, and you know, the media, as usual, blame his mental health issues. If that guy has got mental health issues, then he's no business being near a park like that if he's in that fragile state. So this whole issue about him having mental health issues can just bugger off, because that guy is just an insightful wee idiot. He does things to antagonise people, and I hope, and we know it's not going to happen because they've had plenty of opportunity before, but the SFA should fling the book at him, because once again he's thrown the game into disrepute like that. But enough about him anyway. I think we didn't deserve it today for the fact that, you know, our defence threw it away once again. You know, too many times this has happened. We played fairly well to you know, get back into the 3 each position, and then, you know, we did come out in the second half. We played even better to go 5-3, but our defence once again let us down, and that's something Steven Gerrard needs to sort out pronto for next year. Obviously, what happened in the other game, Aberdeen won against Celtic, and you know, they couldn't buy a goal against either of those from this year. Never mind a win. But I'm going to leave that there, because I've not seen the game and I'm not likely to see it either. And from what I've heard, is their defence played fairly well. So, but that's just typical the way it's went this year. So we've ended up in 3rd place. Overall, I think the season, you can argue, has been an absolute failure. The remit this year was to be in comfortable 2nd place, and we haven't done that quite clearly. And the fact that we've taken, you know, 10 points off Aberdeen this year and they still finish above us is an absolute joke. And it's the way we've, you know, lost and drew some of the games that we should never have lost and drew. It's just a simple fact. So Steven Gerrard's got a job in his hand, absolutely. This team, as I said, they're a bunch of individuals. They're not playing as a team. They played as a team just after Christmas there, and we went on a wee run, and then they allowed one game to total flummox them, which was not good enough. And as I said, you know, too many players taking the hump when they get substituted, not realising it's for the best of the team. I don't think the gap is as big as what, you know, everybody makes out. Or certainly what sections of the media make out. Yeah, there is a gap there. There needs to be severe You know, there needs to be severe investment, I think, in the playing staff. There's going to be a lot of players leaving, and we'll just need to wait and see what happens there. So that wraps up the match reaction pods for this year. Dave and I will hopefully be back this week, if not next week, for our end of season pod. We'll go into the last 3 games in a wee bit more depth and have a wee discussion of the season overall. So just to say thanks for listening and goodbye.